For the record, this matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion for custody and exclusive use of the marital home, as well as a pretrial conference scheduled by this court to move the matter forward. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. President Attorney Russell Smith representing and present with the plaintiff, Katie Henderson. In addition, Attorney Henry Levens is present with and representing the defendant, Philip Henderson. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor. I think Mr. Smith is still muted.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Ms. Smith. Parties have conferred with Ms. Patrick. Good morning, Ms. Patrick. Ms. Patrick has provided the court with finding recommendation. Defendant father shall have the party shall share joint legal custody with physical custody to the plaintiff mother. Parenting time for defendant father should be every other weekend, Friday after school until Sunday at 6 p.m. Defendant father will also have every other Monday after school until Tuesday morning back to school. Defendant father will also have every other Monday after school until Wednesday back to school. On weeks he does not have weekend parenting time. Parties will agree regarding holidays. If they cannot agree, the fallback will be the Monroe County Friendly Court holiday schedule. Further, with respect to child support, that commencing December 1st, 2024, defendant father shall pay child support in the amount of $1,643 per month. Uninsured medical expenses shall be shared by the parties as follows: the plaintiff mother paying 30%, defendant father paying 70%. Further, it's recommended that neither party shall have any unrelated person with whom they may have a romantic interest in the presence of the minor children. Neither party shall consume alcohol in the presence of the minor children. The defendant father will give to plaintiff mother the PIN number for the cell phone contract. Further, defendant father will give $1,500 to the plaintiff mother to move from the marital home. Defendant father will be allowed to sell the rental property known as 129 East Northgate in Toledo, Ohio, and all proceeds will be placed in Mr. Levens' trust account. Plaintiff mother, however, must agree to the list and sale price. The party shall use app close to communicate with each other regarding the minor children. That is the recommendation. Mr. Smith, is this recommendation agreeable with your client this morning?
Your Honor, I've spoken with my client, although the recommendation certainly is not what she would have picked. She's willing to agree to this temporarily. I think it's important for the parties to reach a temporary agreement and move forward. And I think that Ms. Patrick has done a wonderful job of mediating. There was one thing that I didn't hear, maybe I just didn't hear it, and that is neither party shall consume alcohol in the presence of the minor children. If that was stated, I apologize, Judge, but my client is willing to agree with this.
Yes, that provision is in the recommendation, Mr. Smith. Neither party shall consume alcohol in the presence of minor children.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Levens, is this recommendation agreeable with your client this morning?
I echo 99% of the comments that Mr. Smith made. It is agreeable to my client. We just respectfully ask the court to add all Tuesday overnights. The parties have raised the children together. Mr. Henderson sees the kids back from school every day. There's never been any issue with his parenting with the children. We ask the court to adopt the recommendation, but expand his parenting time to include the Tuesday overnights in addition to what has already been in the rec.
All right, thank you. With respect to the $1,500 that defendant father will pay to plaintiff mother, there's no time frame for that. She'll move once she receives that?
She needs to find a place to land, Judge. Quite frankly, you know, my thought was that Mr. could live at the vacant rental unit until such time as my client has procured a townhouse or an apartment. He is unwilling to do that. And I believe it is important that the parties physically separate because of the tension that exists in the marital home. But you're right, there is no time frame on the payment of the $1,500. Obviously, we'd like that paid as soon as possible so that my client can explore that. In the interim, I would suggest that Mr. move very temporarily until such time as this can be accomplished.
That perhaps would be beneficial to the children Mr. Levens, what about
Well,
that proposal
thanks.
that your client live in the apparently vacant rental property until such time as that closes?
My understanding is it's not a furnished property and it has a buyer ready for immediate sale. My intention was to as promptly as I can confirm that sales price, communicate that to Mr. Smith for his concurrence per the recommendation, and get that closed, optimally within the next few weeks. Additionally, just to keep this matter going, I don't believe we've scheduled a mediation date to come back. I was hoping we could get something as soon as possible, late January to come back.
Yes, the court does want to schedule this being a pretrial as well. The court wants to move us forward and schedule a mediation date. Is the marital home, is that also going to be placed upon the market? Or is one going to buy out there's interest? Has there been discussion about the real estate, marital home?
Mr. Henderson intends on assuming the marital home and having the details of that resolved through the property settlement.
Okay. Is there a significant unsecured debt? I just want to get some idea of the issues. Is there a significant credit card debt that needs to be addressed and divided?
There will be, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. So we got unsecured debt. I'll put real property, personal property division. This is on 8-year marriage. It's not a really case for spousal support. Are there pensions that need to be divided? Retirement plans?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Patrick, do you have a list of the available mediation dates sometime in January? The court has one on its desk. I can get that.
I can give that to the court. We have January 23rd. I would be available in the afternoon. Miss Brower is available at 8:30 or 1:30. Mr. Walker is available at 8:30 that day on the 23rd.
If we could start at 8:30, Your Honor, if that works with Mr. Smith's schedule, because it may be a little bit lengthy today, kind of lingered out a little bit. I think it'd make the most sense to give as much time as possible to the parties.
Mr. Walker is available at 8:30 or Miss Brower is available at 8:30.
Judge, my preference would be to have Ms. Patrick, since she's familiar with this case. What's your availability on that day, Ms. Patrick?
I'm only available that day at 1:30.
I would suggest 1:30 in front of Ms. Patrick. That would give us sufficient time to move this forward. I anticipate that Mr. Levens and I will be sharing information back and forth so we can make this a meaningful mediation. So that would be my request.
Will not be available that day. I'll be out of the jurisdiction. I'd like to be available in case they're to conduct a continued pretrial immediately following that mediation. So perhaps what about the following week, the week of January 27th? Would that be too far off?
The 30th at 1:30. Yes, that works for my schedule, Your Honor.
So that works with your schedule, Mr. Smith and Mr. Levens, January 30th, a Thursday at 1:30 with Ms. Patrick?
Yes, Your Honor, I've already got it into my schedule.
Yes,
Right.
Judge.
Ms. Patrick, is it possible you could just add just a sentence, this recommendation that the party shall mediate on January 30th, 2025, 1:30 p.m. and that's subsequently appear before the court for pretrial. If you can squeeze that in somewhere.
I will attempt to do that, Your Honor.
Well, no, that's fine. With the court just mail out a pretrial notice. It looks like this form is pretty tight. So I'll just mail out a pretrial notice. Same to
Thank you,
everyone.
Your Honor.
Scheduling mediation with Ms. Patrick by Zoom, January 30th, 1:30, and with a continued pretrial thereafter.
Perfect, Judge.
And so discovery will remain open. Have the parties exchange the verified financial information forms.
We'll be
We
doing
have
that,
them. We're working on them, Judge.
Okay, right, very good. Anything further than this morning, Mr. Smith or Mr. Levens? The court is inclined to adopt this recommendation. I understand, Mr. Levens, your client wants some more pairing time, and that can be addressed with Ms. Patrick in January. Let's see how things work. Counsel, do you want to voir dire your respective clients regarding this recommendation of Ms. Patrick this morning?
I'll do
Yes,
that
Judge.
this time around.
Briefly, Ms. Anderson, did you hear the recommendation that was placed on the record today?
I did,
Are you agreeable to it at this juncture?
yes,
And you understand you have a right to a contested hearing in front of the judge? You've chosen not to do that and adopt this as the temporary agreement?
yes,
Very good. I have no further questions.
Mr. Levens?
Likewise, Mr. Henderson, you heard the proposed agreement?
Yes,
And you understand that this is temporary and for the interim, and we're coming back as soon as possible, the end of January.
yes,
And you do have some reservations as it in particular concerns your parenting time,
absolutely.
and you know that this matter will be revisited.
Yes,
So with that in mind, are you agreeable to the court adopting this temporary order without prejudice, knowing full well that you're going to be coming back to optimally have a global resolution January 30th?
yes.
Right. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Levens and Mr. Smith and Ms. Patrick. The court will adopt the recommendation. The court will allow a notice for pretrial conference January 30th, subsequent to the 1:30 mediation with Ms. Patrick. That will conclude. Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you,
Thank you, Your
Honor.
Honor. Thank you, everybody.
Judge, do you have two seconds to take the proofs, or would you want to do that another day?
We can.
All right, I'd like to.
I'm sorry.
FTR keeps stopping on me. Hold on. I can get it going again. I tried it.
Obviously, it's a DM case. We can wait till January, Mr. Smith. We're having a problem right now with our recording equipment.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank
We'll
you.
take the proofs when we appear in January.
Very good.
All right.
Have a
now,
good day,
thanks,
Your
man.
Honor.
Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
You too.
I'm sorry.